guys, welcome back to Best Quote. So if you are new to this channel or podcast, please consider subscribing and following from wherever you are listening to this podcast. So in this episode, we're talking about another quote which I found very interesting, and it really spoke to me. It's like something I feel people should give an attention to, and the quote goes like this: we are limited not by our abilities, but by our vision. Now, I think this looks a little bit self-explanatory if you look at it, plainly the way it sounds and the way it's written, but it's something that you can break down in different pieces. Okay, because having ability, like we've talked about in several other, episodes, talking about ability and how ability is important. But also, if you have all those ability and you don't have a vision, you don't have the foresight of thinking about the future, of thinking about what you can do with that ability and how you can maximize it. Take, for example, one of the previous episodes I talked about having ability and then looking for opportunity, because without opportunity, your ability might just not really count. So in this case now, even if you have that ability, and you don't have the vision of seeing yourself doing greater things, it's going to be an impediment to you. So it will not really matter that you have that ability. Take for example someone that is living, in a poor neighborhood and knows how to sing, maybe goes to church. You see these people in church, a lot of guys in the church that knows how to sing, or ladies knows how to sing, but they never see beyond their horizon. They feel that is what they should do and that is where they should stay. But meanwhile, the kind of skills they have can actually go global. The abilities they have, the gift they possess can go global. But they don't see themselves beyond that. Even when you try to invite them to the studio, even when you try to give them that opportunity, they don't see themselves being able to go outside their community to earn a living. So they stick to their root, they stick to what they know, which sometimes is good in business, you stick to what you know so that you don't blab around and waste resources. But if you don't take risks, how are you going to, grow? How are you going to have new experiences? So if you have skills and you have abilities, it will actually make a lot of sense if you are opened up to opportunities, if you are opened up to try new things, if you are opened up to thinking about the future, and in this case, having a vision, because vision is actually what makes the world go round. Forget about every other thing we are doing. We have technology and all of that. We have new cars, a new system of building, new system of creating this and creating that. All of that stems from someone else's vision. If someone does not have vision somewhere, that thing wouldn't have manifested. Take the case of electric car. If Tesla didn't start what it started, do you think electric cars would be in production today? High-rise building. If those already didn't start, do you think what we have today will be available? Andrew Carnegie, the steel and all of that. If all those ones weren't in play over time, do you think we'll have all the kind of high-rise building and development that we have today using steels? Look at the Wright brothers. The vision that they have about the flying stuff, which is how they came about the airplane. If they didn't have a vision of something that is possible to move in the sky, you think we'll have that today? So vision is very important. So you might have ability, but if you don't have vision, your ability will rot in a particular area. It will not rot in that particular domain where you are, because you will not have the foresight to explore. You will not have the foresight to go beyond your area, your vicinity, the shores of your own country or whatever. Okay, take for example those that have a lot of skills, that are good in computer programming, and then maybe they are in Nigeria, for example, and they're not really getting paid a lot. Check the economy, the currency and everything is devalued, and they're not really working as well. So the amount of money that they'll be making will not really be much. The exposure they get, the opportunities they get will not be much. But when they have that understanding that if they are able to go outside the shores of Nigeria, if they go to the US, to Germany and all other first world countries, that they can get a better deal, what do you think that they're going to do? A lot of them have that plan, they have that vision, they have that thing in them that all they need to do is to find a way to get out of the country. And for many of them that have left Nigeria, many of them that have gone to other countries, not just Nigeria, no, I'm talking Nigeria, it's not just Nigeria. Take, for example, India, take China, for example. When they find their way to the US, their life changes. So you must have a vision even if you have the ability. Having ability without a vision keeps you locked up in a domain. And that has to do with someone having a limiting belief. Now, this is where this comes down to limiting belief. When your belief is not broad, when you don't have enough exposure, and thus you don't have a big belief in yourself, it tends to keep you where you are. It tends to keep you in your comfort zone. You see people being very comfortable where they are and they don't want to change anything. They don't want to change the status quo. Some people, if you even offer them $1 million, they might prefer to stay in their locality instead of taking that $1 million and moving to a different country. Because they'll feel like, okay, this is what I know. This is what I've known all my life. I want to be here. I have my friends here. I have my family here. But they are not able to see beyond that they can go to a different country. And someone might be telling me, someone might be listening to this and be like, okay, who has ever done that? Who has been given opportunity and they didn't take it because they wanted to reside in their domain? Go check it out online. You will see people. They take those opportunities, and when they are telling their story, giving their memoir, their bios, you see them talking about it, that they didn't see beyond their community. They didn't even want to go out. Maybe eventually something made it happen that they had to leave. Maybe a disaster happened. Then they realize, I've actually been losing out on something for a long while just because I couldn't see beyond my nose. So having a vision is not something that is difficult to have. It's just if you have experience or if you have exposure, then you understand that certain things are possible for you. And when you think about what you want for your life, when you think about what you want, what is going to make you happy, what is going to make you feel fulfilled, that is how you'll be able to create your vision. If you feel like, okay, if I'm able to have a nice car, have a nice, live in a nice neighborhood, big good things for myself, that can actually inspire your vision. From where you are, you can start thinking of, okay, how can I get higher? How can I elevate myself? Now, when you think about elevating yourself, what do you have to elevate yourself? Sometimes elevation does not just come. You have to work for it. And for you to work for it, you have to have something to offer so as to get what you want. And that boils down to your abilities. That boils down to your skills. That boils down to your gift and your talent. That is what you have. That's the raw material you have to be able to get to your vision. So how do you apply that? You start looking for ways to apply that. And like I said, one of the posts again about having social media. Social media is a great enhancer of skills, enhancer of talent. So if you have all this talent, have all the skills, ability, you start going out there, trying to push it out and let people know what you got. And then from there you can get discovered, opportunity come your way, and then you can be able to actualize your vision of living a better life. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be happy. That's just the bottom line. It doesn't matter where you decide to stay. If you decide to stay in your neighborhood and not go out there, no problem. But if you decide to go out, no problem. The bottom line is we all want to be happy. So, but there are different levels to this happiness, and that is where your vision plays a key role of letting you know that life is always better somewhere else. They talk about the grass being greener. Sometimes it's not true, but a lot of times it is true that the grass is greener at the other side. So that's what I think about this particular quote. So let me know your thoughts on this, and I hope you really enjoyed it. And give me your feedback, give me your suggestions in the comment section. If you are watching this on YouTube, and if you are listening to it on podcast, thank you so much for supporting. And of course, if you're on podcast, you can also find the time to check it out on YouTube. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys.